Samson Designed opened its doors in 2004, providing custom vehicle construction, restoration, and finishing services to clients all over the United States. His growing popularity has even brought him business from around the world. But it all began when Derek was a young boy, inspired by his dad.
As a young child, my dad used to take me to car shows. We'd come back home and my mind would never stop. So I'd always build car models and always use my designs to kind of create inspiration for what I always thought the car that I'd like to have in the future would be. When I was 12 years old, my dad and I purchased a 1951 Chevrolet Business Coupe. It was actually sitting out in a fence row in a field. But I knew when I saw that car, that I could make something special out of it. So we took the car home after about 8 years of hard work in the garage and mowing a lot of yards to earn the money to get this car done. My parents and I actually took the car to a car show in Des Moines, Iowa called the Good Guys Heartland Nationals. We actually entered the car in a competition and actually got picked as one of the top 10 cars in the show. And I knew at that point that maybe I had something special and that I had maybe an opportunity to turn this into a career. I'd say definitely my number one role model growing up was my dad, Ken. You know, every day he would get off work, he would come home, and if I was working on the car, he would stay out there as long as he needed to try to teach me and help me get my car put together. He also had a friend, Jack, that would come out that was also a big inspiration to me because he actually taught me a lot about how to do the body work and paint work end of things, where my dad was a metal fabricator and was a really good designer and also a mechanic. So with my passion and their talents, they were able to kind of instill that into me as a young boy, which I think definitely helped push me to the level I needed to be to start this career.
Derek keeps his crew small, allowing for dedication to the details, which continues to place their creations among the top cars at competitions. And as a singer, Derek goes beyond the mechanics and taps into his study and appreciation for music when developing the shapes and lines of his designs.
I use a lot of my more or less musical interpretation of how I sing and how I study music, and that really carries over into my automotive design. I like to think of myself as a classic car automotive designer, but more than that, I like to think of myself as an automotive artist. When I sit down to start designing a vehicle, I start looking at the beauty of the shapes and lines of an automobile, and how can I take something that another designer already maybe put months and maybe years of effort into that design and just take it to another level by fine-tuning it and just trying to more simplify the overall look of an automobile and just try to make it look more warm and more classic. I like to say a lot of my designs are very elegant. From front to back, top to bottom, inside and out, I like everything to flow perfectly. I like to think if I open up the hood on the car, the engine compartment on the car matches perfectly to the exterior. If I open the door to the interior, you can tell that I've carried the same colors from the exterior into the interior and also use that same theme throughout the whole process. I would say the most rewarding part of this entire process is the design process, because I think anytime you can take your imagination and then actually apply that to any type of medium and actually use your hands to create it, I think it's just extremely rewarding at the end of the day. But after you put that much time into the design and you can actually see the end result when we unveil it at the show and see the client's reaction, I think it's just the most awesome result you could get. We just want to keep making people happy and just crafting their dream cars.
At the entrance to Indian Foothills Park is a small replica of the Statue of Liberty. She is one of 200 statues in the Strengthen the Arm of Liberty campaign, placed all across the United States by the Boy Scouts of America in celebration of their 40th anniversary in 1950.